Good morning, sports fans. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, live from the center of the sports universe, Coach's Corner. That's right. I'm here. It's Saturday morning. It's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Every Saturday morning live here at Coach's Corner, and it's very quiet here today. Breakfast has been on a halt, but anyway, I'm in here. I'm in the lovely confines of Coach's Corner. It's nice and warm, and I got a great show for you. Like I say all the time, it's all local all the time. I got to thank John Henderson for letting me do this every Saturday morning. And, of course, can't forget about the lady behind the scenes, Adele Henderson, because without them, I wouldn't be doing this every month or every week or how many months I've been doing it. I just got to thank them. I can't thank them anymore. But it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Don't forget, Wednesday nights, we got Rubbin' and Grubbin' with Brandon Bain, the Atlanta man, talking about NASCAR. We're finished with the Who's on First Base podcast. Baseball's over. The Braves won the championship. All right, go check out the 19th hole from April with the Herb brothers. Hopefully next year they'll come back and they'll do a couple of more major golf shows, golf tournaments, golf matches, whatever you want to call them. They did a great job breaking down the Masters last April, 4 days straight. Tough to do. I mean, I do it one time. It's tough to do. But anyway, it's great to be here. Got a great show for you. Got to get rolling. Remember, step one in the door, I talk about local sports. I talk about pro sports. I talk about all the sports that have been going on, but we're going to cut it short again. I'm just going to focus on the high schools right now because we got to get to picking the winnings to keep everything on track, on task, so we get my guest here on time. So that's right. Quarter number 2, we'll be picking the winners and talking Georgia football with the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. Quarter number 3. All right, bringing in the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week. This young lady finished 3rd in the Georgia High School State Association Class 3A cross-country meet last week. Her team finished 2nd. The Savannah Arts Academy Lady Panthers did a great job. They're all back next year. But this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic after the week from Savannah Arts Academy about 9:30, Margaret Wade. And I'll finish it up. We're going to talk first-round football playoffs. Well, half were last night, half are tonight, with the man himself, the Georgia High School football guru, the new voice of Georgia high school football. He's the Georgia Public Broadcasting sports reporter, John Nelson, about 9:50. All right, let's get to the scoreboard so I can keep on track. All right, football in the door with high school football, okay? Benedictine still ranked number 4. Still ranked number 2. They won their 9th game in a row last night. They beat Thomas County Central 59-0. Got the highlights in 3 out the door at the end of the show. I forgot to tell you about that, about 10:05. We'll do 3 out the door, 3 steps out the door. And I got the 2 highlights from the games in town, Benedictine and Jenkins. Calvary plays today, 1 o'clock. Mount De Sales at Calvary, Specialty Sports Complex at 1 o'clock. They're 10-0. They're still ranked number 2 in the Class A private. All right, final scores from last night. We had 6 games on tap. All right. Take that back. We had 7 games on tap. In 3A, Pierce County at home, the Bears, defending state champions, take care of Windsor Forest 56-19. Appling County beats Johnson 42-8. So that's 3-8. Windsor Forest, Johnson, great season. To the seniors, you gave it all you had. I know it's tough to lose the last game because that's the one you usually remember. All right, Class 4A, I just said it. Benedictine all over Thomas County Central. It was 38-0 at halftime. 59-0. Doherty County, Jenkins came out hot. They were up 10-0, but they wound up losing to Doherty County 44-17. Cairo squeaks by New Hampstead in Cairo, Georgia, 33-31. And Bainbridge all over Islands 42-0. In Giza, Memorial Day School season finishes. They lose to John Hancock 36-8. On tap today in Class 1A private, Mount De Sales takes on Calvary at 1 o'clock on Waters at the corner of 63rd and Paulson. Calvary's on Waters. The stadium's on 63rd and Paulson. Check it out. Specialty Sports Complex, 1 o'clock. 10-0 Cavaliers. Stratford Academy at 6 o'clock tonight will take on Country Day. And at 7 o'clock, Christians at Tatnall Square. That's all Class 1A private. In Class 6A, Lovejoy comes on and takes on the Wildcats in Richmond Hill. Lovejoy 4-5. Richmond Hill 4-5. 1 p.m. kickoff. Effingham County travels to Westlake at 4 p.m. today. Quickly, reclassification. That's right. Georgia High School State Association has reclassified teams. Richmond Hill has to move up and play in 7A. Here's Richmond Hill's region. Camden County, Colquitt County, Lowndes, Valdosta, and Richmond Hill. They're building a hill, but that's going to be some long rides for Matt Lazat and that football team and all the other sports over there. So we'll see. They go up to 7A. They appealed to come down 6A, were denied. In 6A, Okay, we have Brunswick, Effingham County, Evans comes in, Glen Academy, Grovetown comes in, Lakeside Evans comes in, and South Effingham. Back to that old Augusta region, Effingham and South Effingham had to travel to. In 5A, Jenkins moves up. That's right. Jenkins appealed to go down. They said no. They'll play Bradwell, Coffee, Greenbrier, Statesboro, and Ware County. Tough region for the Warriors. In 4A, it basically stays the same. Benedictine, Islands, New Hampstead, but they add Burke County and Southeast Bullock and Wayne County. In 3A, basically stays the public schools, Beach, Groves, Johnson, Savannah Arts Academy, Savannah High School, Windsor Forest, Woodville, Tompkins. That's right. Woodville, Tompkins, and the Arts Academy. While the Arts Academy's always been 3A, Woodville, Tompkins moves up, the Wolverines, to 3A. In Class A private, stays the same. Aquinas is out, so it's just Calvary, Savannah Christian, and Savannah Country Day. Aquinas is out. St. Vincent's Academy, they don't play football, so those football coaches got to go out and get 7 games. Oof. Well, 8 games. 8 games. Tough one there. In the public, Bryan County appealed to go from 2A to Class A public. They stay the same. Bryan County, Claxton, ECI, Jenkins, McIntosh County Academy, Metaportal, Savannah Classical Academy, Savannah Early College, Screven, and the STEM Academy. So that's your teams right there. Let me see if I'm keeping right on track here. We are. So cross country, congratulations to the Richmond Hill Wildcats. The boys team won their first ever state cross country team title. Richmond Hills has had plenty of individual winners that have won state titles. Well, the team has won. Levi Seibert does a great job over there. First team title. Their girls finished 10th, and they're all back. The boys have to replace 5 seniors. Great job over there at Richmond Hill. Like I told you, Savannah Arts Academy finished 2nd, okay, in the girls 3A. Margaret Wade finished 3rd in the state. She had the best time out of all the girls here in Savannah, Georgia. And I think Noah Seibert from Richmond Hill, the son of the coach, okay, he had the best time in the boys. All right, basketball will start, or basketball has started. So we're going to get in the full swing of basketball season starting tonight or this afternoon. I think Jenkins takes on St. Andrews. Scholarships, okay, here's your scholarships. Early signing period. Sports, other than football, are allowed to sign players. Bradwell, Justin Thomas, going to Georgia to be a baseball player. Justin Thomas out of Benedictine. Richmond Hill, Leighton Finley will join Justin Thomas at Georgia to play baseball. Luke Boone will go to Georgia State to play baseball from Richmond Hill. Evan Cowan will play baseball at Georgia College and State. Sarah Hungerford will play soccer at Columbus State. Abby Levines will play volleyball at Augusta University. And Josiah Taylor will run track at Troy University. That's all Richmond Hill. Savannah Country Day, the golfer, Reed Lauder, has committed to go on and play golf or continue his golf career on the college level at Auburn University. Football-wise, we know Georgia, Tennessee, big one, 3:30 today. Boston College is at Georgia Tech, 3:30 today. Georgia Southern at Texas State, 3 p.m. today. Georgia State takes on Coastal Carolina in the Sun Belt Clash. Coastal Carolina, number 1, at 2 p.m. And Savannah State is sitting idle because they have to wait to see what happens today to make the Division II playoffs. They finished 8-2 last Saturday. They didn't finish their game until 12:15 against Edward Waters. They won 24-0. So now they're sitting at number 8. The top 7 teams in each super region. There are 4 super regions in Division II that will play playoff football. Savannah State's number 8. They're 1 from getting in, so they got to hope, I think, Mars Hills lose. They got to watch West Georgia. So there's a bunch of things that have to happen for the Savannah State Tigers to make the Division II playoffs starting next week. All right, we'll be right back. We got to get out of here so we keep on track. Next up, the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks. We're talking Georgia Bulldog football, and we're picking the winners. The man went 4-1 last week against the odds. Stay tuned. You got to check this out. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, live in the lovely, warm confines of Coach's Corner on Victory Drive right here in Thunderbolt, Georgia, having a good time. We'll be back picking the winners with Stephen Elmo Weeks. 3 minutes. Don't go away.
All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time, it makes you mad, the pain drives you crazy, you just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, here every Saturday morning. I've been doing this since COVID-19 hit. I got to thank John Henderson for letting me do this. But once again, it's a lot of fun talking local sports. And why not have a local guy talk about UGA football, Bulldog football? And he's a Bulldog alum. And I know he's got a busy life. Stephen Elmo Weeks used to write for the Savannah Morning News. Now he has his own business, does a great job with Sabre Solutions. But kids are playing soccer. Kids are playing golf. He's going somewhere every Saturday with the kids. So we pre-record this part every Friday afternoon, and we talk about who George is playing, dog talk or dog walk, and then he gets to pick 5 games against the spread. Hey, he's not doing bad. He went 4-1 last week. He picks 5 games. He's 22-28. He goes 4-1 or 5-0 today. He's almost at 500. He does a great job, and it's a lot of fun. Georgia taking on Tennessee today. Is it a trap game? Let's hear what the columnist has to say. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Talk. It's picking the winnings and talking Georgia Bulldog football with the man himself, Stephen, the columnist, Elmo Weeks.
And once again, it's Saturday morning. It's this first part of my show. Well, it's the second quarter. And this is where we pick the winners and we break down Georgia football with a Georgia football fanatic. I mean, he went there. He loves Georgia football. He's been in Georgia his whole life. He's followed them his whole life. But hey, we broke the 2-3 mark on picking the winners every week. I mean, I don't know, it was 4 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it is, but he's been 2-3. Last week he goes 4-1, picking against the spread. That's right, he picks against the spread every week. It's not just picking the winners, but he's got his record up to 22-28. We got some hope to get to that 500 mark. He's climbing, and he's joining us on the Coach's Corner hot seat. No other than picking the winners and talking Bulldog football with the columnist, Stephen Elmo Weeks.
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey,
It's good to have. It was good to have a winning week, Carl.
oh yeah, I mean, I followed it right away. I texted you right away, said you're 3-0, and then
I know.
you found out the Florida State quarterback didn't play.
Oh yeah, so the whole thing came down. It could have been undefeated, but Jordan Travis had the flu, and so they had to play the transfer from Central Florida, and he didn't have a very good day. But I'll take 4-1. That's look. There's a few weeks left here. I can get up to the 500, to the Mendoza line, as they say.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And it's always a lot of fun doing this. But we always start off talking Georgia Bulldog football. No negative stuff this week. But my quick question to you is, I mean, they did a number on Missouri. They covered the 35-point spread, but they're going to Rocky Top. Is this a trap game for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, I think I would say most people might not agree with me about this. I think there's a tendency to dismiss Tennessee because they had a couple tough years. I think this might be Georgia's most difficult game remaining, and I think I include maybe Alabama in that. It's situational, right? Like Tennessee at home at night or 3:30, the second half be at night. The Tennessee fans be pretty goosed up for the game. You get the Cade Mays factor, the kid transferred out of Georgia. But the most important thing is Tennessee's offense is ranked 15th in the country. They go very fast. They have a transfer quarterback named Hendon Hooker, and I'm just going to say this out loud. He's the best quarterback in the SEC right now, and I don't even think it's close. I think he's better than Matt Corral. I think he's better than Bryce Young. I think he'll be drafted in the first round or early second round in the NFL. He can run a little bit. He throws the deep ball exceptionally well. They've got a wide receiver, Velus Jones, who's a projected top first round draft pick in the NFL. They don't play a lot of defense. Josh Heupel came over to Tennessee from Central Florida, and it's basically the same formula. Don't play any defense, go fast, score a lot of points. And that's kind of scary for Georgia because, honestly, as good as Georgia has been, and they're unquestionably the number one team in the country, best defense in the country, the Georgia offense just really isn't that good. The defense hasn't performed that well. The defense has given the offense a lot of short fields. The defense has scored points on its own between safeties and touchdowns. So I really think this is going to be a really difficult environment and a good football game. I think spread came out at 21 or 20 or something. I wouldn't be surprised if Tennessee is in this game throughout the game. I wouldn't be surprised at all if it's a one-possession game because Georgia couldn't run the ball against Missouri. Everybody runs the ball against Missouri. And I have very little faith in Stetson Bennett throwing the ball enough to keep up with Hendon Hooker. So, in fact, Stetson Bennett, for all the praise he's gotten and all the love that he gets, the highest number of passes he's ever completed in a game is 14. So, when you don't throw it very often, you don't have a lot of chances to make mistakes. But if Georgia can't run the ball, which they've had trouble doing, Dogs have had a lot of trouble running the ball, regardless of who's in the backfield. Zamir White, James Cook, Kenny McIntosh, Kendall Milton. If Georgia can't run the ball and they got to start throwing it, I don't know. That doesn't seem like a good plan with Stetson Bennett at quarterback. So we'll see. I think it's going to be a really good game. Unfortunately, I think it's going to be. I think Tennessee's going to give Georgia all that they bargained for.
You got Hooker and Heupel, and we're going to have a lot of fun up there in the Tennessee mountains. And that hobnail boot might come out one time, but it's going to be a good game.
Carl, I tell you, they really throw it. I mean, they throw.
Oh, yeah, I know. I've watched them.
I watched that they throw. It's kind of weird. They throw two different things. They throw bombs and screens. And if you cover the bomb, they throw the screen. If you cover the screen, they throw the bomb. It's hard to cover both. And then every once in a while, Hooker will take off running for 15, 20 yards. When you cover everybody, Hooker runs. So now they don't run the ball very well. Their running game is kind of I'm not even sure they really care about running. And they don't stop anybody. Kentucky had 600 and something yards of offense last week and still lost. But I don't know. Georgia, if we'd run it 75% of the time and keep them off the field. Because even with our defense being as good as it is, Tennessee's going to score a little bit. I mean, I think the highest number of points Georgia's given up is like 14 or 13 or whatever. I think Tennessee gets to 20. I do. Hopefully Georgia's at 45. But I think Tennessee gets, a couple touchdowns and moves the ball a little bit. They've just, they've got a system that works for that.
And speaking about 25 points, they'll cover the spread because it's 21 right now.
I don't know.
Perfect segue. Perfect segue. Let's go into picking the winners. You've come up with 5 games you want to go off. You start off with the Orange Men against the Cardinals. Syracuse against Louisville. Big game. Louisville, though, 3 touchdown favorite here.
3-point favorite, yeah. Louisville's given 3 points, and I like Syracuse.
Right, 3 points, not 3 touchdowns.
Yep. Syracuse is quietly having a pretty good year. They've got a great running back named Sean Tucker, who if Syracuse had couple fewer losses, he'd be being discussed for a Heisman Trophy candidate. I think Syracuse runs the ball really well. That travels. It doesn't matter what the weather is, and Syracuse quietly plays pretty good defense. They have shut down a couple teams. They shut down Boston College. They played a really tight back and forth thing with Clemson in the Carrier Dome up at Syracuse. And I like what they do. They go fast, but they run. So I like Syracuse on the road. Give me the 3 points.
Okay, so we're going with the Orange Men. I mean, Louisville's been hot and cold. Syracuse been consistent, like you said, and it's one of the better seasons that Syracuse is having.
Yeah, so, they're one of the few teams undefeated against the spread too. Syracuse is 8-0 against the spread. Louisville's a one-man show. It's they got a quarterback named Malik Cunningham. If he's hot, they win. If he's not, they don't. They don't play a lot of defense. They don't really even play a lot of offense. They just sort of let Malik run around, and if he finds guys, they're competitive. And on the weeks that he has a bad day, they tend to lose. So I like Syracuse with the running game and a little bit better defense, and we'll take the 3 points.
Okay, next up, game number 2, Kansas State at West Virginia. Kansas State is 6.5-point favorites, but you got them down here at 6.
Yeah, I like Kansas State here. They're at home against West Virginia. I just like Kansas State. I'm on Kansas State a lot because I like the way they play. They run the ball. They possess the ball for a long time. They're one of the countries the leading ball possession, time possession teams in the country. They got their quarterback fully back now, a guy named Skylar Thompson. And when he's healthy and he's in the game, they normally do pretty well. Love their coach, a guy named Chris Kleiman. Actually, with all the jobs coming open, I think Chris might be getting out of Manhattan, Kansas here pretty soon. So I like Kansas State to take care of West Virginia. Kansas State's won 4 in a row, and they're just playing good, sound, fundamental football. They tackle well. They play a zone kind of defense. They don't let you go over the top, and I just like the way they play. I think and at home, that place is in the middle of nowhere. It's hard to get there, but when you get there, you want to go home. So, West Virginia, a little bit up and down team. You don't really know what you're going to get out of them. They're already talking about firing a guy they hired 2 years ago or something. So, I think I like the Wildcats at home giving up 6 points.
And you got to love the kid's name, and he's a multi-threat out of the backfield. Deuce Vaughn. He can run the ball. He can catch the ball.
Yeah, man.
He's a weapon.
The deuce is loose. Yeah, he's one of the better players in the country. We just don't hear about him because, he plays for Kansas State. They play in the Big 12 or whatever they're going to call that thing. And unfortunately, they were missing their quarterback for a few weeks, and so the 2 times or 3 times they had a chance to play, they just didn't perform well enough to get anyone's attention. But you're right. Deuce Vaughn can really play. Skylar Thompson's good. I have no idea who plays for them on defense, but they are good. Like they tackle people and they stop them. I don't think it's anybody that's going to play on Sundays necessarily, but Kleiman knows how to coach. Kleiman, whatever. And I don't know. I like Kansas State at home. I always like Kansas State at home.
And the Big 12 will be no more. Okay, next up, we got to go with the Aggies taking on the Rebels versus Ole Miss.
All right, man. One team's trending the right way. The other team's kind of falling off, right? Yeah. Texas A&M was supposed to be this good right at the beginning, but they lost their quarterback. But to Jimbo Fisher's credit, he's got Calzado, the backup. He's got him playing really good football. Their defense has always been good. Matt Corral has just gotten his brains beat out for weeks, and they have played such a difficult schedule, man.
Oh, yeah, it's a tough one.
I don't know who actually plays the most difficult schedule this year, but it seems like every week Ole Miss is playing one of the best 10, 15 teams in the country. They just had a brutal schedule, and I think it's taken its toll on them physically. I think they're just injured. If this was the beginning of the season, both teams are 100%, maybe Ole Miss. But even in the Grove, even in Oxford, Mississippi, I like A&M to go in there and take care of business and shut down the lane train. A&M is really good. I tell you this. I hope Auburn does not upset Alabama because I don't want to play Texas. I don't want Georgia to have to play Texas A&M. They're really good. Their defense is, Georgia's defense gets a lot of attention because of the crazy numbers. Texas A&M has arguably played a better schedule, and they've done just about as well, right? They don't give up hardly anything. So I would not want to have to face Texas A&M. So hopefully Auburn will do what it's supposed to do and lose to Alabama in a few weeks.
So, all right. So he's going to Texas A&M. Now we go back here down in the Carolinas.
Mm-hmm.
We got the NC State Wolfpack taking on the Deacons of Wake Forest, who finally lost, right?
So Wake Forest is one of those teams all year that I've kind of been waiting.
Hold it. I got to say this before you go on.
Yep.
The man predicted it.
Yep.
50 points, over 50 points for Wake Forest, over 50 points for North Carolina.
Right. We got up to 113 for those guys. I knew it'd be over 100, but 113.
You called it.
It was crazy. I watched that entire game. It was like, I don't know. It was like watching a video game, a Tecmo Bowl back in the 90s when I played, I tell you, though, I all season I kind of waited for Wake Forest. And I just have a bad feeling that once they fell off the balance beam, so to speak, they're going to fall all the way on their butts.
Yep.
And I think NC State's a pretty good football team, man. They beat Clemson. They went down and beat Florida State. They're not great, right? They're not a great football team, but I think Wake Forest, you just can't play that many games like that where everybody scores every single time. And finally, at the end of that game against North Carolina, you started to see Sam Hartman make some mistakes. They dropped a couple balls. And really, it's Carl, and you know this from being a coach, it is so hard to play when you know you can't stop the other team. So every time Sam Hartman and his offense step on the field, they know we better go score because if we don't, the other guy is going to score. So I think NC State will go in there. They won't stop them very much. Again, I don't think both teams get in the 50s. I think both teams get in the 40s, though. It'll, something like, 45-42 or something like that. Wake Forest is going to score against everybody. But I don't know. I like it. I like the Wolfpack. I like Devin Leary at quarterback. They have a really solid defense, too. Now, they're, again, not solid enough to stop Wake Forest, but I think they can slow them down every once in a while. And, I like the Wolfpack playing at Wake Forest. So they're, they're on the road, but I still like them. I think they're a better team.
All right. And the last one on tap, Washington State versus Oregon. I mean, the team has 50,000 uniforms, but they're 8-1. They're playing well, and it's the only highlight of the Pac-12.
Yeah. So only team in the Pac-12 that's in the college football, ranked in the college football playoff. And I honestly think that Washington State might not only cover the spread, I think Washington State might beat Oregon. Because they were ranked so high, I've watched Oregon a couple times. This is a pretty average football team. I don't know how they beat Ohio State. I don't know what Ohio State was doing or not doing. I don't know whose girlfriend broke up with them. I don't know what happened up there. But Oregon's not a great football team. I watched them last week against Washington. Their offense is extremely easy to defend. They don't do a whole lot. The quarterback is inaccurate. Their defense is better than it usually would be. Kayvon Thibodeau is really, really good. Obviously, maybe the number one pick overall. But they just don't jump off the screen at you. When you're watching them, you think, why is this team number 4 in the country? I mean, they really struggled with Washington for 3.5 quarters. And they've lost to a terrible Stanford team. I mean, I love Stanford. I love David Shaw. He's a great coach. But that is a bad football team. Mm-hmm. And it seems like every week Oregon struggle. Washington State is a weird team, right? Their coach wouldn't take the COVID vaccine. They fire him. And then they win like 3 out of 4. So I don't know, maybe. But they're pretty good. They've got a really good quarterback that runs a little bit but throws it pretty well. They play pretty good defense, and they run the ball pretty well. So I actually think not only does Washington State cover the 14, I got a sneaky feeling that Washington State could actually beat Oregon up there. Oregon at home is really, really difficult to beat, but I think it's a close game.
Well, it's going to be interesting. So all right, break down your picks now. Let people know what you're picking.
Yeah, there you go. We're going to go Syracuse +3 at Louisville. We're going to go Kansas State -6 against West Virginia. We're going to go Texas A&M -2.5 at Ole Miss. We're going to go NC State getting 2.5 at Wake Forest, and then Washington State +14 at Oregon. And watch out for Washington State to pull the crazy upset of the weekend. I'm hoping to God the crazy upset of the weekend does not happen in Knoxville, Tennessee. But I would tell you this, Carl. I'd say there's about a 20% chance that Tennessee could win the football game. I just don't know that Georgia's played anybody that has any kind of offense at all. I could be wrong. Georgia could go out and blow them out, but it's been a weird season. I hope Georgia continues to be the only thing that's not weird, but we'll have to wait till 3:30 tomorrow.
And we go 5-0. You're 27-28. We'll keep that hopes up. Once again, as we always end this segment,
go Dogs.
Talk to you later.
All-time best Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102. in Savannah, open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New York.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live every Saturday morning from Coach's Corner, the center of the sports universe. And it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, and we're always having a lot of fun. And like I said, I say this every week. I probably said it 5,000 times. This is my favorite part of the show. This is where I bring on the kids. This is what it was all about, getting the kids more exposure. And because I just love talking to high school athletes. And this young lady had a phenomenal season over at the Savannah Arts Academy. Cross-country team finished second in the Georgia High School State Association Class 3A cross-country state championship meet. But I'm telling you right now, first place at the Frazier Height Invitational, 19 minutes and 39 seconds in the cross-country 3K meet. First place at the Carrollton Orthopedic Invitational, 19 minutes and 58 seconds. First place at the Honey Ridge 5K high school, middle school run. First place at the Bleckley County Invitational. First place in the regions, and she finished third in the state, which is pretty impressive. Her coach says, let me get this comment from her coach. Okay, I want to make sure I quote him right, and this is coming from the article in the prepsportsreport.com website. Talks about how the Arts Academy girls were unbelievable, and Coach Riccardi, Steve Riccardi, coaching a long time here in Savannah, Georgia. Riccardi's response to questions on student leadership highlighted Margaret Wade as a phenomenal leader for her team. She is well poised, a great presence, spoke with confidence to them, and most importantly, she always puts the team first. And the athletic director said, Karen Best, a good friend of mine also, she says, you're not going to meet a finer student athlete than Margaret Wade. This week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Savannah Arts Academy, cross-country runner Margaret Wade. Margaret, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Is my mic working?
Yes, it is.
I appreciate you throwing me that little private chat, but I didn't notice until we got into the commercial break. So, but anyway, hey, congratulations. Phenomenal year. I mean, the Arts Academy, near and dear to my heart, because I know Karen's listening. I was the first athletic director there. I should have never left. Sorry, Karen, but I did open up the spot for you, but just a great job over there. And people don't realize that you guys, girls and guys, love your sports over there at the Arts Academy, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah, people think of us as just an art school, but it's really cool when everyone is really passionate about their art and also can work hard at athletics too.
I mean, you did a great job. And were you shocked that you girls came in second place? Were you shocked that you had the third best time? And you could also explain that Carrollton, Georgia is not like running in Savannah, Georgia.
Oh, no, not at all. We train all year to get ready for that specific course because it's super hilly. So we go run on 52nd Street Bridge so we can get some hill training because there's nothing. But yeah, we worked so hard for that moment, and we were all really proud.
Well, you've been working hard at cross country, I guess, your whole life. When did this all start? What makes you want to be a cross country runner? So two-part question. When did you start getting involved in sport, and what makes you want to be a cross country runner?
So basically my parents were big runners ever since I was young. And so I ran my first race, which was just like the Susan G. Komen race when I was in kindergarten. And then I would just, when I was younger, just like do a little race every weekend. And then I started actual cross country in middle school at the Sim Academy, and that was really fun. And then when I went to Savannah Arts, I've been running for so long, and it already become a big part of my life. So I was ready to start up the serious stuff in high school.
All right, now people think you just put on your pair of shorts, you put on your pair of shoes, you get your tank top, and you just run. Tell everybody the skills that goes into running cross country.
Well, I mean, in some terms it is like that, but it's a little bit more complicated. If you're training seriously, you do different types of workouts. You do speed days where you're running different intervals at paces, tempo days where you're running a little bit longer. You do long runs where I ran up as much as like 11 miles. And then you do your easy days, and then you're also doing strength training and core stuff, mobility. Yeah.
So you just don't lace up your shoes and start running, right?
Yeah, it's more than that, and it's a lot of different types of running, different ways, so you can get faster for the meets.
And if I had to talk to Coach Riccardi, what would he tell me your best running skill is?
I would say in races, I tend to go out faster and kind of set an aggressive pace. I'm most comfortable running like ahead of people. A lot of people, like my teammate Lyric, she likes to start off with a little bit more moderate pace, and then she picks it up at the end and passes people at the end. But I'm more of starting aggressive, making people realize that they're not going to be able to keep up, and then just kind of finish as well as I can.
So you want to be the rabbit. You want everybody to chase the rabbit, but you don't want to give up the lead, right?
Exactly, yeah.
So pretty good. If you just tuned in, it's on the internet, Facebook Live, Coach's Corner, Facebook page, Karl DeMasi Sports Report page, YouTube channel, Twitter. I'm talking to the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from Savannah Arts Academy, junior cross-country runner, third in the state. Team finished second, Margaret Wade, and just a phenomenal season that she's had. So we talked about all the skills and all what goes into the skills. Now, do you have a specific routine that you use every day or every week to make you a better cross-country runner?
Yeah, for sure. This year specifically, just kind of we were all wanting to kick it up a notch. And what I think really made a difference is focusing on just the workout days and focusing on recovery. So on the workout days, hitting the exact paces that you need to hit for your goal times for each interval. And on recovery days, not going too hard and getting enough sleep, eating well, because the recovery is just as important as the workout. And so kind of working on all the little things, especially sleep and eating, I think really made a difference for all of us this year.
Nice. And all right, cross-country athlete, excellent athlete, cross-country runner. If you could play another sport, what would that be?
Well, I actually I played soccer for like the past 5 or 6 years, and I really love soccer, and a lot of people who do cross country also do soccer. They're very similar. I played midfield, so I was running all the time, of course, but I'm not going to play soccer this year. I'm focusing on track, but I do have a lot of love for soccer. It's really fun.
All right, so we know you're an excellent student from what Coach Best tells me. I mean, we know that you're an excellent cross-country runner. What is something people don't know about Margaret Wade?
Ooh, well, I feel like if you're looking at me from like an outside perspective, not from Savannah Arts, lots of people don't know that I dance too. Just
Nice.
That's not Savannah Arts specialty. So I would say that's probably like most dance and cross country don't necessarily go together super well. I would say dance can like help cross country because it's helped with a lot of the strength stuff. And just kind of the lifestyle of dance of like practicing a lot. But I don't know, cross country kind of takes away from your like flexibility, which is rough, but that's okay.
So she's a dancer. That's her major at the Arts Academy, and that's pretty cool. Okay, so Coach Riccardi, been a long time coach, wrestling coach. Now he's into the cross country. Tell us how it is working with Coach Riccardi and the rest of the coaches over there at the Arts Academy.
It's great. He just knows each of us so well, and he crafts workouts specifically for different groups. So like the varsity team and like people who are, feeling good, there's an A workout, and then there's a workout for the more beginners. And I would just go talk to him, and if I'm feeling bad emotionally, mentally, if I'm having a problem, a little injury, and he's just on top of everything. And all of us really trust him to give us the right training and to put us in the best place that we can be. And he's just amazing.
And we talked about the Arts Academy and how you guys, your girls, the kids over there, the students over there, the athletes over there love their sports. I mean, it's something special. Tell us about what it's like going to school at the Arts Academy.
It's actually so cool. Like, you'll just be walking through the hallway and you'll hear someone singing, and it's really amazing. Like, I was taking an AP bio test the other day, and there was like the musical theater class outside. But it's a really great school because everyone is so different and everyone is so accepting of each other, and we all kind of are really supportive of each other. And, people will tell me congratulations and tell everyone if, we had a good meet or after the state, everyone was very excited. But it is a little bit different because it's very academically challenging, and with the arts too, that gives you less free time. So I've had to be really efficient this year with getting my work done, and so I can get good sleep and do well for running. And I also did miss a lot of school for like traveling and stuff. But yeah, I really love Savannah Arts. It's great.
And if you just tuned in, I'm talking to Margaret Wade, Jr. at Savannah Arts Academy. She's this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week for accomplishments with her team last week at the cross country and the Georgia High School State Association Cross Country Championship meet. And I'm going to throw you a curveball here. I don't know how you're going to handle it. I didn't put this on the list. I forgot to put it on the list. Go ahead. Talk about your teammates. Throw some love out there to the girls and, of course, the guys, because there's a boys and girls team over there at the Arts Academy.
For sure. Okay, so basically our number 2 on the team, Lyric, she is really good for track. She, I think, got 3rd in the state for the 800, maybe 4th. And we've been running together since middle school. We met in 6th grade, and we've been like racing against each other ever since. And she is just the perfect kind of person that she can get really serious about running, and she can be so supportive, but she's also absolutely hilarious. Another one of my good friends, Camille, she is also a dancer, and we've gotten really close, and she's just always there for me. And Ava too, Ava Coffee. And we also have some new freshmen this year that are just absolutely great, really funny. And I think we all just work together so well to support each other. We're like all really, really close.
Nice.
On the guys team, Brogan, he's the number 1 guy, and we've gotten really close to him this year. He kind of the boys team lost a bunch of seniors, so, they were kind of struggling, but Brogan is just always working so hard, always there for help. And he really helps push us all and helps kind of push us in the right direction training wise. So yeah, the reason that we did so well this year is that we support each other so well and we love each other. So
nice. All right. We've gone almost 13 minutes here, and I want to find out future plans. Do you want to do this at the next level? Aspirations, goals to get to the next level?
Well, I don't know if I want to run in college. The thing is with running, it's like a whole lifestyle and it takes all your time. And I think I want to double major in college, and do some like science stuff. So that takes a lot of time. So I'm not quite sure. I'm going to explore options, maybe visit a few places, talk to some coaches, see if I want to or not. But I'm not quite sure. I'm just trying to keep all my options open.
All right, and I got to talk about the people that have gotten you so far in your career. And if you go to next level, it's great. If not, how are your parents supported your success academically and athletically?
My parents are just absolutely amazing. They're both runners, so they really get it. My dad and I, we run all the time together, and he's always both of them are always so supportive. I got like an injury in the middle of the season, and they were both like, anything we can do to help you, just let us know. My dad, even like at the first race, there weren't mile markers, and I was trying to like get a PR. So he ran the first half of the race with his GPS watch so he could like find the mile markers. And he came up to the starting line. He was like sweating, and they both come to all the meets, and yeah, they're both just amazing, and helping me when I'm feeling down and just inspiring me to do better.
Nice. All right, future plans. You talked about maybe not running cross country in college. I know a lot of freshmen don't know what they want to do when they enter the first year of college, but any idea what you might want to do?
Yeah, I've always really liked science, and I want to be a doctor. And I would love to do orthopedics or sports medicine. And, I think it would be amazing to be able to help other athletes, especially when I had the experience. This year I worked a lot with Chatham Orthopedics, and they were so great. And so I think that would be really cool to be able to be a doctor and work with athletes.
Nice. Well, Margaret, great season. I know you got another year to go. Keep up the great work, and maybe next year, you'll have that gold medal. But I know you guys will strive for it. You'll work hard at it. Thank you for coming on. And once again, that's why you're this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. Keep it up. Go Panthers.
Thank you so much.
I mean, Margaret Wade, great kid. Karen Best, the athletic director, talks very highly of her. She's a student athlete, third in the state. But most of all, I think she's more impressed with her team winning that or getting that silver medal up there at the Georgia High School State Association Class 3A cross country meet. Next up, we're going to talk a little football with the man himself. I call him the guru. I also coined him the new voice of Georgia high school football, John Nelson. We'll be right back in 3 minutes. Got to thank my sponsors, and I can't wait to dig into some football with this man. Maybe he can give us a little hindsight on Georgia reclassification, because I know that's probably got him going all over the place too. We'll be right back. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at Coach's Corner.
All time, that's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are New
Wetherington
York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And good morning, sports fans. It's the coach, Karl DeMasi, live from Coach's Corner on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning from 9 to whenever. And we're talking all local sports all the time. We're talking high school sports. And I love talking to this guy because whenever we get together, we could probably spend about 2-3 hours talking sports. But I only can give him about 10-15 minutes because he's all over the place. Football Fridays, football games all night, heading to Alabama games. Not Alabama. I did it. Patty's going to kill me. Auburn games, okay? I always do that. I just think of Alabama, and I forget that Auburn's in Alabama. But anyway, joining me now on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the man himself, on his way to Auburn football game, John Nelson. I know Patty's probably cringing.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying when you're talking about going to Alabama games, but you need to work on the modifier. It's games in the state of Alabama. Yes, we're going to. Yeah, and so So real quick, there you go. There's your look. Yeah.
Sorry. Go Eagles.
It's Auburn Tigers. The chant is War Eagle. Come on, coach.
There you go.
I know. You know me. I'm the fast talking Italian. I always mess it up because I
know you're the fast
I got to step back
Italian.
and think about before I say something. I know that. You know.
But yeah, we're on the Opelika Highway heading to Auburn for the noon Raycom kick, as we used to call it when we were growing up.
Yeah. So, yes, it's the Auburn Tigers. I do have, and she'll be happy because my daughter visited Auburn and she brought me home a Tiger shirt. So, I do sport that look. So, but anyway, once again, appreciate you doing this. I know you had a late night last night with Creekside and coffee, and it was a great game. I watched it. I came home after the halftime of the Benedictine game because it was 38-0. I mean,
right.
It was a highlight show in the first half. So, of course, I put on your game to watch what was going on there, and it's always great listening to you and all that other stuff. But all right, quickly, reclassification.
Sure.
What does that do to the world of high school football?
Well, I mean, when you look at the appeals process, I think it was 34 of 53 that ran their appeals successfully. So it's the 19, I guess, that we need to look at. And really, you're looking at city schools and you're looking at private schools that lost their appeals, and they will be going up by as many as 2 classes. And there were actually a couple of private schools that wanted to be promoted. I want to say it was Holy Innocents and Trinity Christian actually wanted and requested as a part of their reclassification process. I think they're jumping to Quad A, and that's one of the biggest jumps that I've ever seen.
Wow.
So, I mean, it will be interesting, but once again, you're looking at things twofold. The multiplier is 3.0. So
right.
Basically, for those that may not understand how it is, let me see if I can give an abridged version. For city schools and for private schools, they have what they refer to as the out-of-area designation. So, like, if you live within a school district, that's your area. And then if you live outside of your area, then you come up with this multiplier. And the 3.0 multiplier is the largest in the country. And it'll be interesting for me to see the level of competition. And from the GHSA perspective, that's why they have it up there, because they want to make sure that competitive balance is there across the board, not just in the sport that we're in right now with football, but all the sports across the board. And so, it will be interesting in that aspect of it. But the other element of this is that what we're seeing in single A private, specifically right now in central Georgia, is you're seeing some schools. You saw what's currently Region 1 single A private all basically say, okay, we're no longer a part of the GHSA. We've decided we're going back to the GISA, which is where they were before they came into the GHSA to begin with. So, how many more schools? I think we're up to 8 right now that have decided to go back to the GISA. I think it was Heritage Noonan and George Walton Academy, I think, decided that they were going to go into the GISA after this past week. So how many more schools go into the GISA? I think right now we're down to 28 schools in the new round of reclassification for the private designation in single A. So it'll be, like I said, it'll be interesting to see how many more schools decide that they go to the GISA. It's the biggest thing with reclassification for me.
All right, well, I got to ask you this question about a local team here that wanted to go back down to 6A, but got left in 7A. They lost their appeal. Camden County, Colquitt County, Lowndes, Valdosta, and Richmond Hill. That's right. Some conference, but that's going to be a lot of traveling for the Wildcats.
Yeah, and that's one of the issues in this, that for and I understand the concern for coaches like Matt Lazat in this situation, because we know that football is the revenue generator for a lot of these programs, but it's the non-revenue sports where you're challenged the most, and that for me is the interesting aspect in all of this is the geography that's attached. And because if you're looking at the non-revenue schools and the challenges that they have with their schedules, midweek games, and you're traveling, a couple of counties over, and it's 100 miles on a bus. I mean, it's a definite challenge there, and it's going to be, for Matt Lazat, I know that he's always looking for a challenge when it comes to football, but it will be interesting how the schools in their new regions and their new classifications will adapt to all of this, especially where the non-revenue sports are concerned.
It's going to be interesting. So if you just tuned in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the internet, Facebook Live, Coach's Corners, Facebook page, YouTube channel, and Twitter. So we're talking to the man himself, John Nelson. Which way are you going?
I'm trying to point at you in this double box. It's like when you reference you, I'm trying to point at you, but I can't do it with my left hand because that's what I'm doing to hold up the phone. So there's Coach right there on that side, and I'm right here. So, all right.
Any craziness in round one last night? I mean, Benedictine looked like a machine. I mean, 38 points in the first game. And, I mean, I was there for that 69-yard touchdown run for Justin Thomas. It was like the gate opened up, and I could run through there. I mean, just came out on fire. And, of course, New Hampshire took Cairo to the wire but couldn't pull it out. And the other public schools didn't make it out here at Chatham County. But any surprises in the first half of round one last night?
Absolutely. The biggest one for me was Hateville Charter knocking off Jefferson.
Yes.
And Hateville Charter, we know that Winston Gordon will play anybody, any place, anytime, twice on Tuesday and out on I-75 at his exit if he needs to get a game in. And so they're not intimidated by games like this. And what they did is they turned the game with Jefferson into a grinder. And their defense came up big. They were down 10-6 in the fourth quarter and got the late score to make it 12-10. They hung on for the win. So, I mean, that one for me is the one that stands out. Stevens County is a 4 seed knocking off Rockmart. That one was another. Wow. That was another one for me because I'll pull back the TV curtain here a little bit. We have probably a half dozen folks behind the scenes who are filling out brackets and helping me out. So when I see the brackets themselves, I know what I'm looking at. I didn't know when we were going into the Rockmart quadrant that Stevens County had won. So there's that natural reaction for me when I see a 4 seed knock off a 1 in Rockmart. So big win for Stevens County and the Indians there. And I'm trying to sit here and see, I have my brackets with me because I knew you were going to be asking. So, I'm trying to see if there are any other big ones that pop up. There was another one that was a close call for me. Bleckley County was down most of the night to Early County, and that was another 1-4. And Bleckley County scored 20 unanswered, scored a touchdown late. But, yeah, the two that really jump off the page for me are the 1-4 with Stevens County knocking off Rockmart, and then the 2-3 where Hateville Charter had to do it from the road and they knocked out Jefferson.
Do you like the way they did the first round? Friday night, one set of classifications, and Saturday, the next set of classifications. I know it was because of officials and venues and all that other stuff. Do you like splitting it up like that?
Well, I think you have to. I mean, and, you know, when you're talking to the GHSA, what they want is they want to have the best officiating available for all of the playoff games. And so just because of the sheer bulk of the number, I mean, you're talking, so let's see, 8, you're talking a little over 100 matchups that you would have had to have shoehorned into one night.
Right.
And to try and find 100 quality officiating crews when one of the main campaigns for the NFHS and for the GHSA is that they're looking for officials to help out, not just in football, but in all the sports. It's a big issue right now, and I understand the GHSA's perspective of wanting to have all of the top crews available and all of the knowledgeable crews available, so they can be, that the games can be officiated well. And so, no, I completely understand the idea of Friday, Saturday, and we were getting into this discussion about Friday and Saturday games, and okay, how will this affect the single A teams, and how will this affect the 6A teams? And my biggest response was, I don't think it will affect them today as we're talking. I think the interesting aspect of it will be turning around on short rest for the second round, and how will those teams respond there? That's what I'm going to be looking at next Friday night when everybody's back on a Friday night schedule.
All right, and what's the lineup for you and your crew this week as far as talking about playoffs and all that other stuff going on?
We will have the Football Fridays in Georgia podcast, and we're going to be taping that on Monday afternoon, and that'll be released later in the week. We will have the big Thursday as we have it with everybody doing what we're doing there with Recruiting 2021. We're going to have Countdown to Kickoff at noon on the GPB Sports Facebook page. Game of the week is Marietta and Milton, and we will be Recruiting 2021 will be on at 7 o'clock. Kickoff from Milton will be a little after 7:30. So a big 7A matchup at the upper left-hand corner as you're filling out your brackets, and Marietta and Milton on GPB next week.
Nice. Hey, ask Patty, how does she feel about this kid coming from BC, going to Auburn?
Oh, okay. Coach has a question for you.
Yes.
He wants to know what you think about the quarterback from Benedictine, Holden Gariner, heading to Auburn for the next level.
Well, I'm excited about it. He sounds like he's going to be a star. So, of course, I'm happy about that. Yeah.
See, there you go. She's excited about Holden Gariner. See, now you're having her multitask more than me because she's the one who's driving, and you're asking the driver questions at the same time that she's trying to focus on the road. So that was a strong play there, Carl.
Hey, but she's looking forward, and she's going for the Tigers. That's all. They're taking on Mississippi State, and it's going to be Mr. Leach trying to throw around the ball and talking about how bad candy corn is. But I got to root for the Tigers on this one.
Yes, you have to root for Auburn for this one. No, completely. If you are someone who believes in looking at your favorite Thanksgiving side dish, I would probably take your favorite side dish and take it on the over for your noon kickoff. Whatever the total is, go over, and it's probably halfway through the third quarter that we get to the total.
Well, John, always a pleasure. I'd love to talk to you some more, but I got to hit out of here, and you got stuff going on. But once again, I appreciate it. And tell Patty it's always go Auburn, not Alabama. She is going to the state of Alabama to watch her favorite team.
There you go. That is correct, sir. Yes, we're heading to the noon kickoff. Good to see you as always, my friend. We'll catch up soon.
Talk to you later.
Be good.
John Nelson, he does a great job. Just go to Georgia Public Broadcasting Sports, and the man's all over the place. He knows what he's talking about. He's got a plethora of knowledge of what's going on in high school sports, especially the high school football scene here. It's a lot of fun. All right, last break. Going to go to a break. Got to thank my sponsors. Got to, of course, thank Coach's Corner for letting me do this every Saturday morning from the lovely confines of Coach's Corner. When the weather gets better, I'll be back out in the Sound Garden. I really do miss the Sound Garden. That's where it all started. Way back in March of 2019 with a good buddy of mine, Chad Griffin, who's up at Hebron Christian. I don't know if they won last night, but I'll have to find out. But once again, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here at Coach's Corner, all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Last segment coming out, 3 out the door, and we got 2 highlight videos. Stick around. courtesy of WJCL, the Frenzy, Amy Zimmer, and, of course, the big guy, Frank Selkowski, who's hanging out at the Alamo.
All time, that's Coach's Corner and Thunderbolt. Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for 20 years running, and it's no wonder why. Sports, live music, delicious and generous portions of pub food, all for our fans. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. It's always game time at Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick a TV, and Coach's Corner is your place. Coach's Corner is always open for lunch, dinner, and now breakfast, Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 10:30. But remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. John Harrison and Coach's Corner crew has smoked Boston butts, ribs, and chicken on the grill. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's 912-352-2933. As always, make it a night to remember at Coach's Corner.
At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and the best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. So come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York deli and Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road in Savannah, Georgia during this social distancing problem. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering will take calls for pickup at 912-354-2914. That's 912-354-2914 on the phone. Kabish. If you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered, go to savtakeout.com, savtakeout.com to place the order. Remember, Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering, we ain't New York style, we are
Wetherington
New York.
Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room, if you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive, and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back, sports fans, to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report every Saturday morning live here from Coach's Corner, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Big show out tonight in the Sound Garden. We got the tribute to Elton John. I'll be here. The wife loves Elton John, so I'm going to be here. Yes, I bought my wife some tickets. We're going to hang out there in the Sound Garden to watch to listen to some Elton John music and have a good time. I know my favorite here is always the chicken wing, so I got to make sure I get some wings and, of course, have a good time with the wife here at Coach's Corner. Remember, every Friday, every Saturday night in the Sound Garden, there's live music, and you got to love it. So make sure you come out and join that. I'll look up a little more of what's going on here in the Sound Garden. Always a great show, but got to go 3 steps out the door. I know I didn't finish talking about sports. We did all the high school sports. Got to catch up on a little college. Like I told you, Savannah State is idle in football today. They're sitting home patiently waiting to see what other teams do to see if they'll make the D2 championship. I'm rooting for them. I'll be keeping an eye on Wingate against Mars Hills, because if Mars Hills loses, they got a shot of making the D2 playoffs. I don't know the last time Savannah State made the playoffs. They finished 8-2, the first time since 1994. Sean Quinn and the gang, great job. And, of course, to the real Coach DeMasi, go get him, Russell. Love what you're doing. All right, as far as Georgia Tech goes, okay, let me find my notes here. That's right, I got to keep notes. The old man forgets about what's going on. So here we go. College football today, Georgia State. They're in Georgia. They have a lot of local flavor. They have Savannah players there. They'll take on the number 1 team in Carolina in Myrtle Beach. Sorry, Conway, South Carolina, which is by Myrtle Beach. They'll take on Coastal Carolina, the number 1 team in Sunbelt at 2 p.m. Boston College comes into the ATL, visits Georgia Tech. 2 teams that are having a tough year. Okay, so that'll be at 3:30. Then, of course, Georgia travels out to Rocky Top to take on Tennessee at 3:30. They're 20.5-point favorites. But this is going to be the toughest offense they face because Josh Heupel and Hooker, the quarterback, throw the ball over the place. So Georgia's defense better be ready. Georgia Southern at 3 o'clock is at Texas State. All right, in SCAD bowling hasn't lost or has been doing a phenomenal job this year. They've been in the top 3 every bowling match. The equestrian team won their second invitational last weekend. Great job. SCAD soccer, the girls are ranked 25th. The guys got a shot at some NIAA, hopefully, playoffs. SCAD doing a good job over there. Step 3 baseball. Yes, the Braves won the championship, but we have 4 Silver Bat Award winners from the Atlanta Braves. All right, the Silver Bat or the Silver Slugger Award, I call it the Silver Bat Award, all right, is awarded annually to the best offensive player at each position in the American League and the National League. First base, Freddie Freeman. Second base, Ozzie Albies. I always mess this up. Okay. And third base, Mr. Riley. And on the mound, Mr. Max Fried. So we got 4 Silver Bat Award winners there. Falcons, they lose one, they win one. They lose one, they win one. Well, they beat the Saints last week, 27-25. I think for rushing for only like 40 yards in the game. Matty Ice Ryan does it all. Pro basketball, the Hawks have lost 6 in a row. Tough one there. Don't forget today at the stadium, historic Racing Stadium, we have Sycamore at the stadium baseball camp. Started at 9 o'clock. Jason Rockwell, former chaplain for the Savannah Sandats, they left. Does a great job. 19 years this man has been doing a baseball camp in November, and he does a great job. Be 100 kids over there. He's got professional baseball players coming in, past and present. So once again, great job, Jason Rockwell. All right, as I promised you, 3 videos at the door. Well, it's usually 3. There are only 2 games in town, so I'm going to go with the 2 games in town. So let's get to the first one. Okay, here we go. We got to head out to Pooler. Jenkins against Doherty. So he took a young squad, trying to turn around, brought back the Wing Ting offense. They've done a great job. And like I said, it's a young Warriors team. They'll be back next year. All right. Once again, let's go and stay locally. There are only 2 games in town yesterday. I mean, what more do you want me to say? Is this not a... playoffs, and it's a lot of fun. And I got to thank Amy Zimmer and, of course, Frank Silkowski for helping me out with these highlights every week from the Frenzy. So basically, you got three games in town today on the high school football scene. Okay, I don't want to mess it up. Okay, so let's start. Mount Des Sales will take on Calvary at 1 p.m. at the Specialty Sports Complex at the corner of 63rd and Paulson. All right, Calvary's undefeated. All right, Stratford Academy comes in and takes on Country Day at 6 p.m. at Saunders Field. The other home game in the area, Lovejoy takes on Richmond Hill in the Hill at 1 o'clock. Other games today, Savannah Christian is traveling out to Tatnall Square. Savannah Christian 5-5, taking on Tatnall Square, who's 8-1 at 7 p.m. And Effingham County will go out to Westlake. And that game will start at 4 p.m. Effingham County, John Ford, new coach coming in, doing a great job. The quarterback, Matt Ford, trying to get him on as my athlete of the week. So we'll see what happens after this game tonight for the Effingham County Rebels. Well, great show as always. Got to thank the guests, Steve and Elmo Weeks, for always talking Georgia Bulldog football and picking winners. Margaret Wade out of the Savannah Arts Academy for coming in and talking about the Savannah Arts Academy's second place finish in the Georgia High School State Association cross country meet. And, of course, John Nelson talking about what's going on in the world of high school athletics, reclassification, and, of course, the playoffs. All right, let me get to my notes here about what's happening here at Coach's Corner. All right, so we got to go tonight. I'm going to give you the whole lineup, okay? Come on, go, Coach. All right, my computer's frozen. All right. Okay, so tonight we have the Elton John Tribute Band. That'll start at 7 o'clock. Next week, we got the King of Pop. We have the King of Pop Friday night. Okay, King of Pop, Michael Jackson. Then on Saturday night, we got Purple Rain, Prince cover bands, Purple Madness, and the King of Pop. Then we have on Sunday, November 20th, The Voice of Savannah, a tribute. Passed away, probably one of the great, I call them radio DJs, disc jockeys in the area. Okay. They're honoring a tribute to Mr. Don Scott. Okay. Come out, go to Eventbrite, get a ticket. That'll be on the 21st. That'll be next weekend, next Sunday. Then the 26th, we got Andrew Gill. The 27th, we got Tommy Holland and Friends, musical toy drive. And then December 3rd, we'll have the Love Handles, okay? Christmas Bazaar. So we got a lot going on. Elton John tonight, Michael Jackson next week with, of course, Prince, the King of Pop, and Purple Madness. Come out and check it out. And then we have a tribute to Don Scott, 95.5. The Rock, one of the legendary voices on the radio here in Savannah for a long time, always did a lot for the charities, for foundations that would raise money for charities. Miss Dearly just passed away recently, and they're doing a tribute here at Coach's Corner for Don Scott. Don't forget, every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, we got the NASCAR show, Rubbin' and Grubbin'. They rub about the cars, and they talk about grubbing. They follow one of the best young drivers in the area, finished second overall this year in points yesterday. John Henderson, Lawrence Bennett, Sean Herb, they all went up to watch Michael Carter racing. Michael Carter, Benedictine graduate, junior at Georgia Tech, driving on the Mazda Miata Race Car Cup. Last year he won it. This year he finished second place. He finished third yesterday. Michael Carter, great job. And, of course, big sponsor goes out to John Henderson, because if you look on the hood, you got the big Coach's Corner emblem right there. So let me get out of here. It's been a great show. Appreciate you tuning in, whether it's been for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or a segment. Once again, whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, always hit it out of the park. Until next week, until I talk to you next Saturday morning, live from the center of the sports universe, part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. May it be your best week ever. God bless. Talk to you later. Lawrence, if you're watching, love you, brother. Keep on watching. I appreciate you. And make sure you have some critique notes or some notes to critique what I did today. Take care. God bless. Have a great day, and go Dogs.